The school year is just getting started, and we want to help your kids start their day off right. Joining me now is Mary Mealy, CEO of Evolved Education Company. And Mary, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you are first of all, tell me how many kids you have at home.
I have 3 children at home.
And their ages?
They're 15, 11, and 9. So I have a high schooler, a middle schooler, and an elementary school student at home.
That's what we're going to talk about, each age and what to do. Now, let's start with the youngest. What should they do before even heading to school?
Wonderful. Well, I'm not just going to tell you what to do.
Okay.
I'm going to actually give you a tip that you can use super easily at home. So we want our kids to be independent when getting ready for school. That way we don't have to have any stress once we actually get out the door and get into school. So one of the ways that I do this in my family and with my students is to really make these note cards. All you need are some 3x5, 4x6 note cards, a Sharpie, and your child or you can write your tasks on the cards. And what you're going to do is put them face up onto the table in the morning, and then your child can put them in any order they want. And when they're done, they just flip them back over, and you can store them in a really easy to use Ziploc bag or some kind of pouch like this.
That is so wonderful, so they can actually visualize what they need to do in the morning, and they can flip the card and, okay, I'm done.
Yes.
And then the parent also knows they're done.
That's right, and then they're out of it. You don't have to worry about it.
I wish I knew that when my daughter was younger. Okay, let's move on to middle schoolers. How can they keep up with their studies? That's so hard sometimes.
It's so hard. It's really a rite of passage. I know in middle school, it's really the time in which kids are learning to study. And so for that, I really like to use a specific strategy with them. They do pick up a lot of information in the classroom, as you know. So we like to use something called the Stoplight Strategy, which really classifies the information as red. I don't know this. I need somebody to teach this to me. Yellow, I need to memorize this. I need to practice it just a little bit. And green, I got this. I really don't need to spend time on this. So do that first, and then use your time to actually work with the material you don't know.
That's perfect, because it's so hard sometimes for middle schoolers to even share their feelings. But you can say red, green, yellow.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk high school. What is the best way to stay organized?
Oh, well, you know, I brought these because I thought it would be so connective to anyone who has a teenager, because you know they're really on their computers, they're on their phones. This is really where we need to focus our energy when we organize. Kids need to have a system for placing their to-dos, and most of my teenagers actually really enjoy using the notes section or the notes app on their phone to keep their to-do list, and they like to use Google Classroom or Google Documents on their computers, and that's what we really want to organize with them and ask them how they want to organize their information.
Now, since you deal with kids of all
ages, sure.
As far as the parents, how can the kids and the parents be more proactive in the classroom?
Sure. Well, I think communication is a big part of that. So I really love to empower parents to have really nice conversations with their children's teachers. Even if you have a teenage student, it's still important just to check in and say, hi, I'm here, I'm interested, I would like to know what we can do here, and I'd also like to know what you're doing there, and that way we can be in communication. We want to teach our older kids to have those same conversations.
That's so true, and I also feel like that's the same with guidance counselors.
Absolutely.
Advice I got was like, meet the guidance counselor in person immediately.
Absolutely.
Because that's the person who's going to be moving them forward.
Right, exactly, because you want to make sure that you really are the keeper of all of those years of information as a parent. And the teacher may not have that same level of knowledge. So by collaborating and really having those kinds of conversations, you can help your child to amplify who they are in the classroom.
All right. Such good advice.
Thank you first.
I missed it all, though, with mine. Next time we'll have to talk about college, okay?
Sounds great. Love it. Would love to.
Mary Mealy, thank you so much.